These are 3 hard-earned jewels that'll save you blood, sweat, and tears. We have to learn them the long way. You don't have to.
1, 2.
It's 3 the hard way.
Shortly after I'd gotten out of school, I was working on a freelance project where I was supposed to create this interactive DVD. It was a pretty big project. This guy had contracted me to do it. Like, he was a freelancer, but he was getting me to work on it. He asked me to design and build this Flash interactive for him. You know, he gave me a deadline for it. At the time, I was working on music and I was, I'm enjoying the nightlife and everything else that young people do. And before I knew it, the deadline was I think maybe a day away. I'm cranking, trying to figure out how to design it and code it and da-da-da-da. Long and short of it, I delivered to him something, but it wasn't up to par at all. It wasn't what I was capable of, nor was it what he was expecting. He ended up paying me for it, but I think, it burnt that bridge and I wasn't able to get any more work from him. So I think that's definitely one of those situations that procrastination got the best of me, but I learned from it. And I think that was a lesson to, you gotta make sure that you plan this out accordingly so that you don't end up in a situation where you're not putting your best foot forward. If I was to give myself advice, what I would say is figure out what the priorities are. If it's more important to be going out and having that social balance, cool, do that, but don't commit to that project. If the project is that important and you want to take advantage of that opportunity, then you need to go ahead and sacrifice that going out just a little bit, get this project done, invest that time so that you put your best foot forward, and at the same time you get an opportunity to build a relationship and have the proper reputation with a potential future employer. I'm extremely inquisitive, right? So anyone that's worked with me will tell you that why is probably the one thing that they've heard more than anything else. Whether I was an IC or I was a people manager or a combination of both, finding out the why behind something is pretty much what drives the work that I'm doing. It's very intentional. I think the reason why I ask why is because we're trying to communicate something, right? If I understand what it is that we're selling, why did we make it, how is it supposed to affect everybody, why are we here, what are we trying to accomplish? All of those questions, I think then I can take those truths about whatever the product or the service is, I can wrap it in humanity and present it in a way that's palatable and accepted as authenticity to the viewer that we're trying to reach. As a leader, asking why, especially to, let's say, an IC, right, or a designer, there's so many times where I've been, especially a designer that I'm working with for the first time, I might ask them why, and they think that I'm telling them to change it. When I was first managing, I would ask why, and they'd be, oh, I can fix that. And it's no, I'm not asking you to fix anything. I want to understand your thought process, because in asking why, they might be correct in what they're doing. They don't have to start over. They might need to make a modification, and I can help them go in that direction. But unless I'm aligned and I can see where they were coming from, I won't understand how to help them. So I'll ask a lot of whys to get an understanding of, okay, what are you trying to accomplish? What is the perspective that you're taking on this? And then once I have enough information, a lot of times what they were doing wrong, they'll be oh, I guess I should change this then, because it doesn't make sense based on where I was trying to go. And I don't even have to say anything. And so now that lesson is something that they can hold on to, and I don't have to fix it next time. That happens, right? The idea of taking somebody else's work and giving it to another creative to execute on it, that happens. But that can also rub people completely wrong. So imagine I came up with this idea and I have it in my head and I'm working towards it and I'm I'm gonna win an award with this. This is gonna be amazing, da 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 da. And then I come up with the idea, and then you take my idea, give it to somebody else. They take that idea, run with it, bring it to fruition, win awards, get to the next level, and they're praised for this idea that was mine and I knew it was going to go somewhere. Why would I ever share ideas ever again at this place? You see what I mean? It's so demoralizing. It's one of those things that happens sometimes in advertising, but it's so negative to do to like a creative. Like you can break somebody's whole spirit and appreciation for the industry by doing things like that. Here's the thing too, even if it doesn't affect the person that you're taking the idea from, you can even negatively affect other people around them, because they'll look at it and go, oh, they took that person's idea. How do I know that they won't take my idea next time? Well, I'm not gonna give them the really good stuff. I'm just gonna give them the stuff I don't care about next time. So, you know what I mean? Like it's not just as simple as saying, that's just business, I'll just take, it's bad business, and it can rub off in ways that you least expect.